Hey guys, Tim and Kyle here with Dad Smoking Cigars.
We really hope you enjoy this newest episode of Fresh Review Friday.
So sit back, grab a cigar, and enjoy. What's going on, everybody? He's Kyle, I'm Cigar Show Tim, and we've got another Fresh Review Friday for you. This time we get to do the first preview and review of a manufacturer that we've covered before and have built a great relationship with. And so this time we get to do the review on the Damps Cigars White Label Maduro. Let's check it out.
What's up, guys? Don't you dare. It's my turn. My time to shine. Anyways, welcome to another Fresh Review Friday in the Dad Smoking Cigars HQ, presented by Casa Cuevas Cigars. And this week we are once again touching on a great brand, smaller boutique brand that we've known for about a year now, actually. And if you don't know the story, I'm going to give you the quick recap of it. Basically, I was a man by the name of Greg Dampier, the owner and operator of Damps Cigars, got in touch with me via Facebook while we were on our trip in Arizona, actually.
Which was the last weekend in March.
The last weekend in March. And so, yeah, about a year now. And it got lost in my notifications. I forgot it was there. And then I got hit up by Greg again a while later and said, you know. Fortunately, yes. I'm actually very grateful that I finally caught it. And then he said, I would really like it if you would be willing to, you know, try out my brand. And so Tim and I picked up a box of mixed Robustos, the red and blue label, Maduros, and Connecticut's.
Yep,
and
very
they
good.
Were all very good. I think my favorite was the red label Connecticut. I enjoyed that very much.
Good.
And
it made our honorable mentions for 2019.
Yes, it did. And Greg got in touch with us again, and he was developing a new line of cigars, which we are trying out the first of, and we are, I believe, the first reviewers to actually try this cigar and put it up. So we are going to be trying out the white label Toro Maduro. So we're pretty excited about this, being the first reviewers to just the very simple but poignant label. It's of his very own Frenchie.
There you go.
Which he takes with him to events and things like that.
Grunt, snort, snort.
Grunt, snort, pretty much. I love French bulldogs. They are awesome dogs. But yes,
well, let's cut and light.
Yes, let's stop jaw-jacking and get to it.
As you know, guys, we say it every single time, but we'd be remiss if we didn't say it. We cut and light our cigars with Lotus Vertical products exclusively here at Dad Smoking Cigars, and I'm going to be using my usual Jaws 2.0 Deep V cut.
Well, I'm actually
going to go crown cut or cross cut this time.
There you go. Once I get this footband off, then I'll eventually cut my cigar. There we go. Whoopsie. Tim, since I'm lagging, why don't you go ahead and give those initial dry draw notes.
Ooh, cinnamon spice. And some fruitiness.
Woo, definitely. Tastes like a cinnamon raisin bagel.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorites. So.
Let's toast it up.
Yes, don't you dare sing. That. Yes, I'm oppressing your personality right now. Deal with it.
If glares could talk.
But they don't. That's why they're called glares.
Cigar.
Kind of a nice charred oakiness there. A little bit of that woody flavor.
Well, that's good. Definitely very, very strong with the charred wood.
Yes, charred wood.
There's still some of the spice to it.
A little bit, especially on the retro. But it's not like pepper spice.
No, it's a baking spice, savory spice.
Yeah, definitely a baking spice.
That was easy for me to say. Savory spice.
And you've barely been drinking.
I know, right?
Just only a little bit. But no, it's got a delicious flavor. I like it. it's weird
A
because
little bit of leather in there.
a little bit of leather, but that charred oakiness, I don't know. I'm really enjoying that.
And it hits you right from the get-go.
Right from the get-go. Definitely, but very tasty. It's full of flavor. Just, wow.
And the smoke output is atrocious.
Really good.
There you go.
Oh, wow. And got a great burn right off from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of peaks and valleys, but still really good burn.
Doing great. All right, guys. We've cut. We've lit. We'll come back to you at the end of the first third and let you know our thoughts on the Damps White Label Toro Maduro. Be right back. Hey everybody, welcome to the part of our shows that we like to call YouTube Subscriber Roll Call. This week we're going to shout out some people over the last couple weeks or so that have subscribed to our YouTube channel, and we greatly appreciate that. So let's get into those names now. We have the big guy. We've got Ashhead Cigar Junkie, Joshua Rose, JD Lover 7,
The Crazy Scotsman,
Aye.
Skyline 22500, Sam Munson, and KS26 have subscribed to our YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
But that doesn't even touch on those who have subscribed to the channel, but due to their settings, they are anonymous, so we don't know who they are, but they have subscribed, and we want to say thank you to those people as well if you subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
We really hope you're enjoying the content. And Tim, we got a little bit of an announcement to make, don't we?
We do. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We have reached the precipice and crossed the line of 400 subscribers. I think we're 403, something to that nature, as of today.
Over the threshold,
so we're over the threshold of 400. And so what we're going to do when we reach 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing a big giveaway. Probably give away one of our Dad Smoking Cigars hats, maybe some other merchandise of ours, some different things, some cigars.
We're going to have some swag for you guys.
Yes,
we're
some
gonna have
swag
some goodies
from us as
yes.
well as from some manufacturers. We were given, if you watched our video a few weeks back, some packages for marketing or for us from Drew Estate. We're actually going to be including that with some Drew Estate, some of the new Corona Pequeña cigars. So all of that will be in there and more. Stay tuned for that. And we are excited for it. So make sure you click that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know every time we upload new content so that you can be part of that giveaway if you're one of the 500 subscribers.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, without any further ado, back to the show.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
Welcome back to the end of the first third of the Damps White Label Toro Maduro.
Yes.
And it's very good. The burn has been doing quite well. It started to get a little bit of wave on both of us and has corrected itself just fine. We haven't had to do any corrections whatsoever.
And anybody who knows me, I don't know if you've noticed in other videos, Tim knows this very well about me. I am ridiculously OCD about my burn pattern to the point where I would have no patience and correct the crap out of it and not even wait. So I haven't touched it once. It continues to correct itself, and I'm just enjoying it. So
some of the flavor notes we've picked up, the charred woodiness has gone a little bit more to the background, still a little bit there, but Kyle mentioned having sort of like a toasted cracker with some marshmallow,
like graham cracker,
just a very
which
subtle
I just
marshmallow.
Got with the retro hail.
And I got some of the toasted, like campfire cracker kind of flavor to it. I didn't get any of the marshmallow, not the sweetness, but sort of like the toasted marshmallow flavor. But just a second ago, before we came back on, I did pick up, I was mentioning to Kyle, there's like a seasoned meat. I didn't say whether it was beef or chicken or whatever the meat was.
Like the seasoning that goes
but
on.
And then once we talked a little bit more, I said, you know what, it's actually like a peppercorn coriander. And maybe it's because I'm thinking of St. Patrick's Day and, you know, corned beef and cabbage. But it is sort of a peppered coriander kind of flavor combination,
which I'm kind of
which is
at right
really
now.
good. The sweet fruitiness, the dates, raisins, that's pretty much gone for me.
Oh yeah, that's been gone.
And that's been gone. There was a little bit of breadiness that stuck around for quite some time, but it's transitioned much more into a good, nice, just full flavored, well-rounded cigar in its flavor and its makeup and everything.
It's got a lot of body to it, which, you know, some cigars can get a little bit weak as they transition, which I find interesting, just depending on the makeup of the cigar, which Tim's going to get into that in a second. But it's definitely got a really just I think this is kind of more of a, I don't know if it's, would you say it's full bodied or kind of just medium plus?
I'd put it at a solid medium right now.
Yeah, medium plus for me. But it's just got a very rich flavor to it, and I definitely appreciate cigars that have that really well-rounded flavor, depending on what's, how it's blended and what's in it. So Tim, please.
Speaking of the blend,
Yes.
this one here, they're rolled with Nicaraguan and Brazilian leaves, which have been aged for 3 to 4 years. It does not taste like a young cigar. Some of the good full flavor notes that we're getting would lead us to believe and understand that it is a cigar with some age on it.
And if
Very
you smoke
good.
cigars long enough, you can tell
A young cigar
from
an aged cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the filler and binder is Nicaraguan and Brazilian, and then it is a Nicaraguan Maduro wrapper on it. So essentially it is Nicaraguan and Brazilian completely throughout the entire thing, and it is really well done. It's not a toothy wrapper on it. It's not oily. It's just sort of a almost like a matte kind of mildly textured.
A little bit veiny, just a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit.
Yeah, not perfectly smooth, but just a little bit veiny, but it's really good. And the burn is doing well. I mean, if I'm holding it, this is a trick we learned from one of our cigar friends who will remain nameless, but that if you hold a cigar up where the ash is, and you can keep your fingers there for a while and they don't get too hot or they don't burn, it means the cigar does not have too much moisture in it. It means the leaves aren't too moist when they were wrapped, or that your humidor, is not overly humidified. And the cigar is doing really well to burn. We're not having tunneling issues. We're not having any other issues like that at all.
No, very well constructed, very well blended, and you can tell that the cigar is very well aged. You want at least 3 to 4 years of aging in a single cigar, just because that's going to bring out some of those flavors and
it varies by leaf too.
And it varies by leaf. Yes, some leaves are aged longer than others, but you want a bit of age to your cigar. I mean, I've yet to try like a fresh rolled cigar or anything like that, but even if you get a fresh rolled cigar, the leaves are usually aged a certain amount of time, at the very least a couple of years.
Yeah, they've got to be aged, obviously, going through the the getting rid of the ammonias and different things of that nature. Whoop!
Rookie mistake. Wow.
But it wasn't on camera, although that makes me
slow-mo on outtake. Off camera, if that makes any sense. Out of frame, on camera, but it's good. We're good guys.
Yes, we are good guys.
We try to be anyway.
Well, those are our thoughts on the first third of the Damps White Label Maduro in the Toro Vitola, guys. We will be back with you at the end of the second third and give you our thoughts then. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? We are finishing up the second third of the Damps Toro Maduro White Label, and I believe we've entered into the dessert phase of the cigar.
We have. The appetizer was delicious around the campfire.
Yes.
The second third was nice and bready and full of some good seasonings and savory notes.
Yeah, a little bit of savory notes there, but we started getting some dark kind of chocolate in there. Tim just said kind of like a chocolate covered pretzel, but not really super sweet. It was just kind of that subtle chocolatey notes that you sometimes get when you first light up a cigar, or usually like a Maduro, kind of a darker cigar, which I love Maduros because they kind of tend to have that chocolatey coffee flavor, espresso. I can kind of taste a little hint of espresso on the back end. But yeah, very chocolatey, very smooth, very rich, and yeah, this is definitely the dessert transition of the cigar, and I'm loving it.
It's really good, guys. The burn, again, is doing really well. There's one little wave to it there, but overall...
Haven't had to correct it once.
No, not at all.
Not even a little bit.
It's doing really, really well.
Ooh, very bready. Nice kind of like chocolatey breadiness, a little bit of that pumpernickel bread, dark bread.
Needless to say, we're enjoying this.
It's good. It's quite good. And once again, got to give props to Greg Dampier. Yes, Greg is a great guy. Greg is not only the owner and operator of Damps Cigars, but he is also in law enforcement. He is a police officer in the Florida area. And Florida
and that guy hustles.
Yeah, that guy definitely hustles. He works.
Goes to events, goes to the different different festivals, activities, so that he can continue spreading the word about Damps Cigars. as well as being in law enforcement and putting his life on the line for the community that he serves. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much for that, Greg. We are
And-
greatly appreciative of everything you do, even though obviously you're not in our area in law enforcement, but you are in law enforcement, so we appreciate and thank you for
very
that.
much. But he's done a fantastic job so far of curating this tobacco, making sure he gets it from the right sources, and just how these cigars are blended and put together. It is fantastic. He's doing, when we first tried his cigars, he was already doing a great job of what he was putting together, and I feel like it's just gotten better with the white label. I feel like he's definitely, even more so hit an all new stride.
Blue Label is very good.
Blue Label's very
Red
good.
Label was, in our opinion, even better.
Even better, definitely.
And
but
the White Label has
is-
even taken it up another notch.
I can't wait to try the Connecticut, just so I can get.
We'll probably try and do a live with Greg
Yes.
on that one on our YouTube channel, guys.
We'll
so
brew
that,
some
and gals,
coffee.
so that you can enjoy that interview and that time with
Mhm.
him.
Absolutely, I definitely want to enjoy a cup of coffee with that Connecticut, because
Yep.
coffee and Connecticut's always go together.
We should make some of our Cuban coffee.
Well, you're gonna have to make some of your Cuban coffee because I drank all mine. And I honestly don't know why they serve it in shot glasses, because I could drink cups of that stuff and it barely even phases me.
I could too. No, it doesn't give me the jitters at all. It's really good.
We have way too high of a caffeine tolerance, but
So those are our thoughts on the second third of the Damps White Label Maduro in the Toro Vitola. We will come back to you next time with our final thoughts, our rating on the cigar, and let you know where you can pick them up as well.
Absolutely.
Be back in a second. All right, everybody, we are back in the final third, reviewing our final thoughts on the Damps White Label Maduro in the Toro size, and it has been a really good experience.
absolutely.
The burn, again, we've commented on it. I think every single segment we've done
Yeah.
has done really well. No touch-ups needed.
No.
When it did start to get wavy, it corrected itself. It's overall done really well, and the dessert kind of flavor progressed even more so to definitely becoming, I would say, a medium plus, edging
Yeah.
on full,
A
but
little bit more,
medium plus.
little bit more of a full flavor, kind of riding the fence between medium and full.
Yeah, as far as the body.
But it definitely coats the mouth with a very bold flavor, which I'm liking a lot. It's starting to kind of teeter a little bit towards, which tends to happen, especially when you get to the very tail end in the nub. You're approaching the nub, and it gets a little bit hot, slight bitterness kind of coming up. But I think that has more to do with the heat than it does the actual blend or flavor of the cigar. But yeah, perfect burn pretty much almost throughout.
Oh, it's done great. The draw has been nice the whole time.
Draws very nice and smooth, not too light, not too tight. Very, very tasty offering from Damps Cigars, and I gotta say thank you, Greg, for sending these our way.
Thank you so much for letting us try these and be the first ones to review them. Greatly appreciate
We
it.
appreciate your trust in us, and we just enjoy your product so much, dude. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you again.
So with all that being said, Kyle, with our reviews, we always do a rating. Where would you put this new to the market cigar?
I am going to confidently put this at a 90 for me.
Wow, well
I'm
done.
going to confidently put this at a 90 just because it's got, the flavor, even with the transitions, there was still a consistency in it where it just, I don't know really how to describe it or explain it, but it just had such a great blend and such a great flavor, a complexity to it, and I love a good complex cigar. I do enjoy a cigar that stays pretty consistent, doesn't change much, but when you got a nice ride in a cigar when it comes to flavor.
And this did progress very well.
It did.
And it was smooth.
It was very smooth. It wasn't a weird, wonky transition, because there have
No.
been times I've had cigars where all of a sudden it's just like, whoa, where did that come from?
Yep.
I have no idea what that was. Sometimes I liked it, sometimes I didn't. But this was always a smooth transition in between each third, going from, like you said, the appetizer to the entree to dessert.
Yep.
And but now at this point, it's still got a nice, good kind of bready flavor, coats the mouth really well.
And there was a touch. I'm sorry to
Yeah,
jump in,
no,
but
it's fine.
but there was a hint, and I was telling Kyle as we were going through this, that there was a hint of almost like a green onion, which turned into more of like an onion radish, kind of a tang or bite to it, is the way that we define it. There's an earthy bite to it, which is really good, and I enjoyed. One of my favorite cigars that I enjoy a lot does have some green onion, some other flavoring in it, and I really enjoyed it. It's also got some breadiness and pretzel kind of notes to it. And this actually reflects some of those notes, which is why I've enjoyed it so much. And so for my rating, I'm going to put this one just one notch below you at an 89. Very enjoyable, very good cigar. And if you guys want to check out Damps Cigars, you need to do so. Go to dampscigars.com and you can pick up your own cigars. He's got sampler packs. He's got all sorts of options for you to check out and try, and please do that. Damps Cigars, as we've mentioned through this entire review, is a small boutique line, which we focus on here because we get to spotlight great cigars like this. We had someone reach out to us within the last week or so and say, I didn't realize that the boutique cigars you've reviewed are that good, and the notes that you mentioned are right up my alley. And that's exactly what we are here to do, guys. We are here to let every brother to leaf and sister to leaf know that there are good cigars that you've never heard of that you have to try.
Absolutely.
And so go and find Damp Cigars, go and buy a sampler pack, go and buy this one, buy whatever tickles your fancy.
Oh yeah, and there's a wide assortment, and Greg has everything from your Connecticut's and Maduros to barber poles to infused cigars. He's got a nice variety of infused cigars.
In multiple different vitolas.
In multiple different vitolas, multiple flavors. There is no one-note cigar that you're going to find on dampscigars.com, just because Greg, I can tell just based off of what we tried and what I've seen on what he offers on his site, is Greg appreciates everyone's palate and how different it is and what everyone enjoys. And so
he's got a cigar for each palate.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with that, is that he knows that everyone has a different palate and everybody enjoys something different, and so he offers exactly what you might want from the beginner to the seasoned cigar smoker.
And this would be for a more well-seasoned cigar smoker.
Exactly.
Because of the progression. And if you're typically a Habano smoker or somebody that enjoys a good medium cigar, this would be a great cigar for you to get and go from the right into the medium to the medium plus to just about the borderline of a full-bodied cigar in terms of strength.
Yep.
With a full flavor throughout the entire progression of it.
Definitely.
So go and check out Damp Cigars. We're going to link the information down below for everybody, as we always do. Make sure you check them out. Give them some love.
Yes, and tell them we sent you. Yes. If you go to buy your cigars, I think there's a section where you can kind of leave a note or something like that.
Yes, let them know the dad sent you.
Yes, exactly. So definitely go pick up some white label. They're worth your money, worth your time, and a very enjoyable cigar. So can't wait to try the rest of them.
There you go. All right, guys. For Kyle, I'm Cigar Show Tim. As always, we'll see you.
Hey guys, thank you again for tuning into Dad Smoking Cigars. We really hope you enjoyed this episode.
Don't forget to check out dadsmokingcigars.com. Follow us on Instagram at dads_smoking_cigars and follow at Pacific Cigar Show. We'll see ya.